Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about what's been happening with the Vlad TV channel. It's definitely one of those channels that I love to watch. I will not lie. I'm definitely a subscriber of the channel, but I'm starting to think that it might not be the best place for me to subscribe. I might be able to watch some of the videos, but sometimes I feel like some of the questioning's a little bit strange. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what Akon did on Vlad TV just a couple of days ago. As he spoke about, Akon actually said black people need to go back over to get over slavery or get out of America. Now I'm going to go ahead and let you, I'm going to do some commentary right now about what he said, and then I'll let you listen to a little bit more of what he said. You know, I did put a clip in from the beginning. Can't put too much in because they like to flag your channel and say that you stole the content when you're doing it for review. I just don't feel like fighting with YouTube right now about it. So African Americans were never given reparations. Italians, Jews, and Indians were given reparations. America's not going to do it. Akon is not from America, and he is from Senegal, and he knows his history. So that's one thing let's say first. Vlad TV has been called an agent, and he may not understand why. Well, I will tell you. Asking interrogative questions to a person who may be engaged in illegal activity, and also questions about race, is also a big topic on his channel. Now, Akon has profited off of the same people he's speaking about. Do you notice who is asking the questions on Vlad TV with a person who is not a American, you know, as far as African American descent? We should not listen to a man who does as he wills. He has multiple marriages, and he is too rich to understand our issues here. That's just my opinion. Now, I could judge him. He gives us no choice. He said what he said, and he understood what he was saying. So Akon is not the only one who has said this before. Raven Simone, Kanye West, LL Cool J, and now Akon has done it too. This is why we do not all get along. To be honest, not all people will like you, and everyone is not your friend. So let's just be honest. Unless it's Tekashi 6ix9ine, that's his friend. Now, Professor Griff had some words for Akon. He explained what reparations meant, and it's not just about money. It's about repairing the black culture, you know, that you brought here, that you said, you know, we're going to take your religion away, we're going to take everything, we're going to take your lineages away as well. Celebrities tried to re-communicate Akon's message, but no one is hearing it at all. Why? Because Akon has capitalized off the backs of black audience for years. Now, African Americans should not let it go. We should be beyond they should let it go. This is what he said. African Americans just let it go. We should be beyond the mind of slavery. Akon said, let the past go. Akon continued, the art of letting go. Moving on in America is needed for black people to become who they want to be. But the truth is, what the hell is he really saying? Okay? Now, all of a sudden, all the celebrities don't speak on slavery and do not defend black people. These are the people that people need to worry about. Let's just be real. So go ahead and comment on below what you think about this whole situation. I'm going to let you listen to his whole interview. You know, I'm really disgusted, but let's go ahead and listen to what Akon had to say.
You know, there were a lot of very foul people involved in the slave trade. There was, of course, Europeans, you know, Jews and whites were involved, but, you know, Africans were involved in it as well. They were selling off their enemies, you know, the enemy tribes and making their money and so forth. Like, how was slavery really looked at?
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about that. Nobody has a book where it says that. This is just propaganda that I feel that has been started in the last, I don't know, century about black people being sold by their own kind. Now, it might be possible, but we don't have any proof. There's no books. There's nothing written anywhere. This is just all hearsay. So this is Vlad TV saying that, and let's see what Akon has to say next.
Out there.
Well, in Senegal, we've kind of overcome the thought of slavery. We don't even think about it. The only time we think about it, honestly, is when we're doing tours at Good Island. You know, outside of that, people have lived and moved and way beyond the slavery concept and idea and mind state.
Right, because in Senegal, you actually know your history. You can trace your family back 100 generations, whatever else. You still have your names, your real names. You're not named Johnson.
And Jackson.
And Washington.
So it's funny now.
And all the other slave owners that were...
So it's funny now because that happened to us now. It's so funny that we don't have our own last names. Like, it would be impossible for us to find them because they separated so many families. So I just want to know how this is funny, Vlad TV. How is this funny? I don't get it.
The presidents who had slaves during that time,
right.
Jefferson,
you know,
and so forth. Yeah, but you guys actually have your history, and that was the whole thing of walking around Senegal. People just felt. This was the first time I felt black people just felt comfortable.
How do you know? You're not black.
No type of disease. You know, I mean.
I think it's also the art of just letting the past go and moving towards the future. And I think in the U.S. they have this stigma of just not letting go of the past and blaming the past on every mishap or, you know, disappointment. And I think as long as you hold on to that past, it's just a lot of weight that you carry with you everywhere you go, and it's hard to move.
Okay, art of letting go when you don't have the same options as other people, when you're, for example, like I'm at my job, and I won't say this was racism because the girl was actually African American. She kind of talked to me like I was a slave, and I was like, you're not going to talk to me like that. I don't have a tone with someone when I'm not even talking to them in person. So, you know, there's a stigma that, you know, black people have attitudes, or black people are difficult, or, you know, we're angry all the time, when I think in human nature, people get mad at things that upset them. Let's just be honest. I'm not sure where he's getting this, that we remember the past and we can't move on because we have a weight on us. Well, there's a weight on us for sure, and it's going to be the weight of racism and inequality. We have, you know, different laws and things like that, but they're really not for us. And I just think it's strange that he says this with no empathy at all. Like, you're not understanding. Like, you've probably, at this point, nobody's going to really want to listen to your music anymore. And I get that he's not really a musician. He's, you know, has a city that apparently the Chinese have obviously invested into. It's not his money, according to what people are saying. So I'm not sure this is really relevant to our thinking because this is his opinion, so we'll give him that. I just don't think he's right. Let's go ahead and continue on.
Move forward and move fast, and you gotta, you know, weight on your back. Right. You just gotta let it go.
There's also been no reparations, and there's been, you know.
Yeah, but unfortunately, man, like, it's not like America is going to take the initiative to do it. I mean, otherwise they would have did it already. You know, Indians got reparations, the Jews got reparations for Holocaust, and it wasn't even done in America. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Italians got reparations.
Italians got reparations. Japanese got reparations.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's to the point now where African Americans have to really understand their worth and realize that America was never or intended to ever, you know, consult or even make up for any of that. They're not sorry. They don't care.
Yeah.
It's obvious. So, do you want to stay here and continue to be true?
Okay. I will give him that. They don't care. They're not going to pay us. I get it. And that's a harsh truth that we need to understand. But at the end of the day, who are you to speak on us? Like, you're not us, okay? You're African, from Africa. So you know, luckily for you, you weren't displaced from your home. Luckily for you, you know who your grandpa's grandpa was and all that. But at the end of the day, I feel like he's very ignorant as well. So let's go and listen to what else he had to say. And then I'll be closing this out because I have nothing else to say about this ignorant man.
Treat it this way, or just go back home where you're no longer the minority. You actually are the majority, and you control destiny.
Every black person who has an issue with how people are treated in America, they really should go to Africa.
They need to. They just need to go.
99% of them have not.
I've never been there.
Yeah.
And they're super afraid to go.
A few of my friends, Michael Jai Whites have gone back, and,
right.
You know, the John Sallys have gone back, the people with money, you know,
right.
needs. But the average black person in America has no idea how dope Africa really is.
I'm telling you,
yeah,
no idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, America did a great job brainwashing. Because I'm telling you, the moment you mention Africa, they start shaking.
Yeah,
they don't even know why.
There's just tigers jumping into your hotel room.
Right.
Zebra attacks and.
Right.
For what? The United States freedom. Freedom for this fool, for this orange fool to run around here to call us hoodlums and everything. Why don't you go back to Africa? See how nice it is. See how nice it is. We got a free. I was with you till. What reason? For what? The United States freedom. Freedom for this fool, for this orange fool to run around here and call us hoodlums and everything. Why don't you go back to Africa? You see how nice it is here? See how nice it is? Shut up. Big dog. Hey, big dog. I was with you,